Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an exciting video for you. I'm going to show you how I did my wedding makeup, which I've just recreated on my face today. This is what it looks like, folks. I'm also going to show you next week a video on how I did my nails for $10 out of a box and my hair. So if you want to see that, then subscribe to my channel so that you get notified when I post it. Okay. Starting off by priming my eyelids, I'm using the Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. So I'm using the Soft Glam palette. I picked this after doing a lot of different research. I wanted to be able to do basically my whole look using just one palette and have it look good. So I'm gonna go in with a transition shade. The transition shade that I'm using is called Orange Soda. And I'm going on with my blending crease brush from Sephora. And I cover basically the whole lid up until the point where I think my shadow should go. Then I'm gonna grab a little bit more and do the same thing on the other side. Next, I'm gonna go in with this color called Burnt Orange. And I'm just going to go in with the same brush and deepen that up a bit, basically from the crease to the outer edge of where I had placed Orange Soda. On the inside and on the outside. Grab a little bit more. Just that outer corner. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Next, I'm gonna go in with a slightly smaller brush. I'm gonna use the eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go in with both Sienna and Rustic. So I'm just kind of like dabbing back and forth. And then I'm just gonna go into that outer corner. Just kind of pat that in and then blend it out a little bit. And again, I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more. I'm kind of just patting. And then what I'm gonna do is go back into Burnt Orange with the original kind of fluffy brush, tap off the excess, and just kind of blend over that edge there very lightly. Then I'm gonna go back in with the little brush, and this time I'm gonna go into Cypress Umber, which is this like dark brown color here. And I'm also just gonna go in and just like darken up that crease a bit, make it a little bit more dramatic. And again, I'm just gonna go back into that burnt orange color and just blend that out a little bit. You just basically just want everything to be very well blended. So again, into that Cypress Umber color and just darken up the outside of this side. And then back in with that burnt orange and just blending out the edge. The next thing I'm gonna do is with my finger, actually, I'm gonna go into this color Bronze. So that's this color right here. And it's a nice golden color, and I'm just gonna go over the inner quarter of my eyelid. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take that initial blending brush and I'm just gonna go just around the very edge of where I've placed that gold, just to make sure that's blended in nicely and not harsh. And then I'm going to take this tiny brush here, it's called a smudge brush, and I'm gonna go into Noir. And I'm actually just going to, in the outer corner of my eye, place a little bit of this just to make it seem as though I have like an eyeliner on. So I'm just kind of smudging out that corner. If I had a different eye shape, I would totally take this all the way into the inner corner, but I never do that even with normal eyeliner. So just keep that in mind. If you have a different eye shape to me, you might actually take the black all the way into the inner corner. Next, on a teeny tiny brush, I'm going to take this color Fairy, it's this one right here, and I'm just going to place that on the very inside part of my eye and on that right inner corner. I'm just gonna blend it up a little bit. So now I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush, because it's just a little bit more dense and smaller, and I'm gonna take that burnt orange color and I'm gonna place that on the bottom part of my eye. And I take some more burnt orange and just basically go along the whole thing. Next, I'm gonna take the Sienna and Rustic and just deepen up the outer corner. And then finally, a little bit of Cypress Umber, just in that very edge. Next, I'm gonna do a quick coat of mascara on my upper lashes. I'm using the Lancome Mini Max. This is my favorite mascara ever. I'm going to apply my lashes at the end, so you'll see like the final look at the end, because I just find it easier to do it that way. So now I'm going to do my skin. I'm using my moisturizer, which is the Origins Ginseng moisturizer, which I use every day of my life. It's oil free, so it doesn't make me break out. And then I'm gonna go in with my primer. The primer that I use is Cover FX Mattifying Primer with Acne Treatment. This is actually like my secret weapon to no acne. Next, I'm gonna go in with foundation. Fun fact, I don't usually use foundation like ever in my day-to-day life, but for my wedding, I definitely did, because you're in a million photos and you want your makeup to stay looking nice. On my wedding day, I actually used Maybelline Superstay, 24-hour foundation, and I really liked it, but it's really full coverage, and since then, I actually really like the Fenty Beauty foundation. So that is what I'm going to use today, because if I was getting married again, that's what I would use instead of the Maybelline. But if you need a more high coverage foundation, because the Fenty one's only a medium coverage, the Maybelline Superstay is a really affordable and good product for that. I'm shade, in case you care, I don't even know what shade I am. I'm shade 300 because I'm tan. So I'm just going to dab this on my face. I'm going to buff it in with the Sephora complexion brush, whatever that means. So this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in medium 1 custard. I'm also going to apply this in the middle of my eyes to highlight there, and on the peak of my chin. And then I'm also going to apply a little bit here and here. On my wedding day, I did bake underneath my eyes a little bit, so I'm just gonna do that. This is the Laura Mercier powder. This I find just helps smooth the under part of your eyes. And then I'm also gonna bake right in here. When I say bake, I use that term lightly, because I don't think I actually bake. I think I just like put it on and then I get impatient, and in like 30 seconds I'm gonna wipe it off. So, I'm also gonna bake in between my eyes because I get oily there. So So the next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. So for my eyebrows, I actually use a combination of Wonder Brow and an eye pencil to fill in, just like to help me out if I need some help. So Wonder Brow is the main product I'm gonna use. So I basically just comb through my eyebrows. And then I get a bit of the product and apply it through my whole brow. What I like about this product, well, I have a whole video on it, but it actually does a great job at like holding hairs in place, and it still looks really, really natural, which I think is sweet. And then what I would do is I'd take my little brow pencil, and if I have a little spot, I'll just fill it in a little bit. Makes it a little easier. Okay. Then I will take this brush and just kind of like go through my brows quick on the ends. Bring back the hair-like texture to my brows. Then I'm going to wipe away the powder, and I'm just using, this is a brush I usually use on a day-to-day basis, but I didn't use today, and I use it for my like skin color type powder. So next I'm going to contour. So for contouring, I used the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. So I start off with shadow play. I contour, making sure like you don't go too low. Actually, I find with contour, you actually need to go higher than you think you do to get that nice contoured effect. Next, I actually went in with a teensy bit of this darkest color, and that is Somber, I think. So I'll go in with just like a pinch of that and darken up just this area here mostly. So just like very lightly. I also did lightly contour my nose, so just using another brush that has no name, like this. I did take that lightest color there, and I just contoured right down the sides of my nose, just ever so slightly, and up into my eye area. This is apparently what the Kardashian makeup artists do. And I'm blend that out a bit. You guys should see my everyday makeup routine. It's nothing like this. It's way, way, way easier. I'm just taking my finger and like blending in the center part. But yeah, just a little bit of contour. Just adds a little something, you know? Especially from the side, it's like a little more pointed, I guess. Okay, moving on. So then I go into my highlight. No, I lie. I go into blush. So another brush that has no name, and it's not a typical blush brush, but it is what I use for blush every single day of my life. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Parté. I've used a lot of it, as you can see, so I just go into that and I go into the tops, the apples of my cheek, which is a nice like pinky color. Next, I go in with my highlight. For that, I have a bit of a trick. So this is the Becca Pressed highlight and the liquid one. This is a duo from Sephora for like 25 bucks, and I have a trick that I do with it. So what I do is I take this little brush that has also no name, and I go into the highlight, I put it in the top of my cheek where I want it to go. Then I go in with, you gotta be swift with this too, okay? Because like things go wrong if you wait too long. I go in with this, dot, 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 dot. I dab it in with my finger. So this adds like a lot of gloss. Then I go back in with the highlight on top of it as well. And hopefully you can see on camera the difference that makes is insane. So I'm just gonna go do the same thing, dot, 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 dot. And it's not actually just the liquid highlight that's causing that. I'm gonna do a quick compare. See? Not? It's the added highlight on top that makes that huge difference. Then I go in with whatever's left on my finger, just down the middle of my nose, just a teensy bit. And then on my upper lip, just adds a little bit of something. So I'm just gonna take my initial blending brush and I'm going to go back into burnt orange just a pinch and just blend out that bottom eye area. Just add a little bit more of that natural blend back in there. And then finally we have lips. So for lips, I'm going in with a little bit of a gloss, just a pinch. This is a Neutrogena chapstick, basically. I'm not gonna apply this heavily, just like a pinch to keep your lips a little bit moisturized. Then I'm gonna go in with this nude lip liner by NYX. It's in MPL 10 Nude, that's what it is. So I'm just gonna quickly lip line my lips. And then I'm gonna go in with my Perfect Nude, and this is also from NYX. It is Soft Matte Lip Cream, and it's in the color London. I tried to find like a high-end lipstick, just so you know, that I loved, that matched this exact color, and then I ended up just going back to this one. This is obviously like not gonna be a nude color on you if you have really light lips or red lips. And then finally, I did go in with this setting spray. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. If you like this look and you're mildly interested in my content, then why not subscribe to my channel and check me out on Instagram. My Instagram handle is DIYDahlia with an underscore at the end, and I post pretty regularly. I'm really trying, guys, so there's that. Okay, until next time, bye!